the second chapter, we need some preparation because to understand everything, we need some preparation. So we will start one elaboration now before we go to the 9th sloka. Okay. So we saw that there are 4 steps. So what was the first step? That is for a disciple of Vedanta. That means what? You, me, everybody. So first step was the discovery of the samsara or the discovery of the fault in us. The second step was going to that is to seek a solution. And you think, okay, so many years I've tried. I am not able to get over it. Why? Maybe I'm limited in some way. So let me seek the proper way. So in the form of a guru or enlightened person or by reading these scriptures. It is going to tell me a way. And the fourth is totally to surrender to that truth. To trust in that person or in the scripture. So these are the 4 steps that we saw. But in Vedanta, how they will describe formally is with certain steps or qualities. They will call it adhikaritvam. That means the right to Vedanta or the qualities that we must develop. Okay, there are actually, they will say 4 qualities, but there are more than 4 qualities. We will see one by one. So what is the first quality to be developed is Viveka. Vivekam means discrimination. So discrimination between what? Discrimination between good and bad. In Vedanta, they will say discrimination between what is nityam, eternal, and anityam, what is not eternal. So we will go into in-depth about what is eternal, but at least we need to know and understand what is non-eternal. So in a very short form, whatever is non-eternal is this whole world, including our bodies. We will go into depth about everything, but just in short, the whole world, including our bodies, is not eternal. For example, let's take the example of chocolate cake, for example, right? So first of all, with Vivekam, what we come to know, okay, my goal is to be very healthy, or my goal is weight loss. So then I will come to know that this chocolate cake is not good for this purpose. So I will discriminate and say that no, this chocolate cake is not good for me. And there are other things which I can have which will be healthy. So the next step is Vairagya. So now I know that this chocolate cake is bad for me. Now what should I do? I must try to control myself from eating that chocolate cake. So Vairagyam is basically refraining from the sensory things or from the enjoyments. Okay, so that is Vairagyam. So the problem in this is that what we have, that God infused all the bhoga, the enjoyment in this anityam vastu. All these non-eternal things is infused with bhoga. So this chocolate cake, even though with Vivekam I can understand, but I am not able to refrain from it. And does it satisfy me? If you say, okay, I will eat the chocolate cake and fine. No, next again after 2 days you want to eat the chocolate cake. So it is infused with bhoga that makes it very difficult for us to remove ourselves from it. So, but with constant practice from refraining, from Vivekam, only after Vivekam should come Vairagyam. Because if you don't know why it is bad and you try to do Vairagyam, just control for the sake of it, it will be very, it will not be lasting. You will not continue that for much time. You will say, okay, today I'm not going to eat. I read somewhere in the internet and today I'm not. But if you didn't have the knowledge that this is really not good for me, see the amount of calories in it, see the amount of sugar in it. If you didn't know the details of it in the first step, which is Vivekam, you will not be able to practice Vairagya. So the 2 things, Vivekam and Vairagyam. The fourth one, we will look as number 3 now. So actually it is a 4th quality, but we will see that as quality number 3 because quality number 3 has many other qualities. Okay, so number 4 is called Mumukshutva. So now I have the chocolate cake and I do not want to eat it, correct? Now what I must do, I must substitute it with something that is good. Suppose you say that, okay, I've got now Vairagyam, I will say no to going for a movie, out for a movie, suppose. Then you say, I'm not coming for the movie, I want to be productive, and you sit in the house. But you sit in the house and watch TV. That is not going to help you, right? So you must substitute it with something else. In the case of the chocolate cake, what do? We substitute with a bowl of fruits. So mumukshutvam is going towards what is nityam. So first step is we discriminate between anityam and nityam. Then we know, second step we refrain from it, what is anityam. And the third step is we go towards what is nityam. That is called mumukshutvam. Okay, going towards what is eternal. And the third quality that I said, they did it very cleverly. In the third quality, they put 6 other qualities. So we may all think, okay, only 4 qualities. Somehow, by hook or crook, I will try to get these 4 qualities. But again, in the third quality, there are 6 qualities. So first quality will be shamaha. Shamaha means control of the mind. Some people will go open the fridge at 12 o'clock in the night just for the sake of it. Okay, mind keeps going after these objects. So controlling your mind from that chocolate cake or whatever the other enjoyments may be is called shamaha. Then you have what is called as a damaha. Damaha means controlling your sense organs. That is, if I don't put the chocolate cake in my mouth, if I shut my mouth, then that input is not going in, right? So that is why the fasting and all these things came into being, because we will cut off the input. So control of the sensory organs is called damaha. Third is called uparati. So it is not enough if I just shut my mouth. What I need to do, one day if I stop eating the chocolate cake, am I going to lead to the goal of being healthy? No. I have to continue. Throughout the year, I have to continue not eating that chocolate cake. So uparati is a continued practice of controlling your mind and controlling your senses. So this is called uparati or uparamaha. Then the fourth step is called titiksha. Very important. In second chapter itself, we will see this titiksha. What it is forbearance, tolerance, patience, everything. So what will happen now? You have vivekam, and then you said, I'm not going to eat the chocolate cake. But somebody will say, oh, it's my birthday. Come, just for one day, it is okay. You know, it's chalega, everything is fine. Then you will be you may lose that patience, or you may not, you may give up. So patience is very important, because there will be a lot of hurdles. In our normal lives, we have so many hurdles. Imagine then the goal of moksha. There will be a lot of hurdles. People will try to distract you. You will be distracted. You will be pulled in so many directions. So this titiksha or patience, also you should be patient towards the result. See, one day you're not going to get the goal of health or weight loss, right? You have to be patient for a year, then you will see the results, and you have to follow all these things. Only then you'll get the results. So titiksha is very important. So then you go to what is known as shraddha. Without shraddha, you will not be able to achieve anything. How did you first know that the chocolate cake is bad? You read somewhere in some book, some authority figure, he posted some facts and figures, and he said, oh, this has got this and that, so it is bad for you. So you should not eat the chocolate cake. So for those things, you are able to trust. But in the case of spiritual development, we are not able to trust. We will ask so many questions. Questions are good. Even Arjuna will ask a lot of questions. But he will not ask in such a way, he will just say, I am not able to understand. Just because we are not able to understand doesn't mean that they are talking the untruth or they don't know what they are talking about. Okay, so we have to have faith in our scriptures and faith in what the gurus or the enlightened people are telling us. And finally is called samadhanam. Samadhanam is keeping your mind fixed on the goal. So your goal is actually you will not define it as not eating the chocolate cake. You will define it as my goal of health or my goal of weight loss. Only then the lower steps you will be able to follow. So keeping your mind focused on the goal is called samadhan. We have to cultivate these qualities for knowing the truth.